I definitely be lying, y'all. I said for sure that I was not going to cover the Love Island reunion unless it was juicy or unless it was like tea. But I found myself being bored as shit watching it. It wasn't tea at all. If anything, it was giving tap water.
Rolls Royce pull up, black boy hop out. Shout out to my mother and my father, they will pull out. MSG sell out, fuck these niggas yap out. Whips on whips, my ancestors got the backside.
Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi guys, welcome everyone that we have had recently join Planet Kai. Welcome aboard, guys. How are you guys doing today? The Love Island reunion just recently happened. I watched it so that you do not have to. Before I'd like to begin anything, I'd also like to take this time to say RIP to Malik Taylor. He was one of my favorite YouTubers. I didn't even want to make this intro long as fuck. Let's just get into it. Alright, so the reunion was hosted by, of course, Ariana and the legendary Bravo reunion host and the legend Zionist, yes, I said it, Andy Cohen. So straight off the bat, I already knew it was going to be messy, not only because it's fucking Andy Cohen, but Andy Cohen has voiced out a lot on social media about how he felt about Huda. But if I'm being completely honest with y'all, because a lot of people were saying or alleging that Andy Cohen was like going to bully Huda, who is also like Palestinian, I was expecting him to just come at her, uppercutting her, whatever, without the questions he was asking. But from what I saw, he was just actually asking the questions that I had. But that's a spoiler moment. Let's go on. So thoughts, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I thought everybody looked the fuck good, especially Nicolandria. Okay, Nick. Look, y'all. I don't even have a preference for pink meat or nothing like that. But Nick, he was looking a little. You know, and of course, Nicolandria, the titties were tittying very tittily. Everybody else, especially Nicolandria, chef's kiss, no notes. My only notes, though, my only issues and criticisms were actually with Iris and with Ace. Iris, I don't know if Iris, and I don't like talking about people's appearance, but I don't know if Iris got like fillers or like Botox. I felt like it aged her, or maybe it's the makeup style that she did, but it just aged her a little bit. And Ace looked like the fucking youth pastors at those mega churches who is struggling with the sin of lust and owns a Snapchat. If that's a part of your religious trauma background, I see you. We see each other. But yeah, like I hated the way Ace looked, and the glasses pissed me off even more. That just gave even more youth pastor, because something tells me they weren't prescription, and if they were prescriptions, they still look stupid. So also, I immediately started screaming out loud, y'all, when they panned over to all of the couples, and we look over and we see Huda and Chris, and Huda on one side of the couch, Chris on the other side of the couch, and right in between them is Brian and Amaya. That was just my little kiki, y'all. And also, I just want to show y'all, I have two books full of notes. I was not fucking playing. That's another reason why I'm doing this so late, because I was not fucking playing. So they go on to Brian and Amaya, obviously our winners of the season of Love Island. So they get into the videos about him partying after the villa, and he admitted to a poor lapse in judgment, and it was like just a work gig or whatever. So it was at this moment that I actually realized Brian looks like a more polite version, lesser evil version of someone I've dated in the past. Like, he looks also a little bit like a Pomeranian to me. He looked like a little LeBeau. I don't know what that has anything to do with what I'm saying, but let's continue. During the segment, the shit that killed me was they asked Chris what he saw. Chris goes, and I quote, "I ain't see shit." Bro, Chris is the friend that you could rob a bank with. Chris is funny as fuck for that. That was a real nigga moment right there. And from what I remember, Amaya was sticking by her man, and it seemed fine until after the reunion, and she announced that they broke up and they split. So maybe everything wasn't fine, Miss Mamas. We could also talk about those alleged colorist remarks that she made when she was 14 years old. If y'all want to debate about that, comment down below what y'all think. Personally, for me, I definitely feel 14 years old is old enough to know about how colorism affects you, especially because she's clearly Afro-Latina. And also I feel like people who don't understand race versus ethnicity are really going to piss me off with this one. But racially, she looks black, or she looks mixed. Let's just say she looks mixed. Right? But you can definitely tell that ethnically she's probably Latino or Latino of some sort. I feel like what she said was weird as fuck, but she's not a fucking terrible person. She's not like, oh, fuck Amaya, whatever. But I definitely feel like some acknowledgement should be made there that obviously when she was a kid, she said some weird ass shit, and that's okay. That's okay. I said some weird shit when I was 14. Thank God I got suspended off of Twitter, cause child. Anyway, Iris and Pepe. So they are next to be discussed, which they were very forgetful to me. I'm so serious. Not only throughout the reunion, but also throughout the villa. I would be like, oh yeah, shit, I forgot they were there. Pepe also looked the fuck good too. Pepe, you look good, but I know that Pepe only likes blondes. During their segment, the thing that actually made me write it down, though, because I actually originally wasn't going to cover them, because I'm going to be honest with y'all, I did not care. But they were talking about exclusivity, and they were discussing the boundaries of their exclusivity, which I felt like was a really important conversation to have. Iris also added that a conversation with TJ helped her get closure, which TJ, jump scare. TJ, I don't remember TJ on the show. And then when I looked at him, I was like, yo, maybe it's just I feel like maybe it's just the lighting that's making some of these stars either age or look like they age, or what it was. TJ got that that Trumpy look. If you know, you know. If you're from the South, you know. Is TJ a Trumpy? I should really look up all these people's, because sometimes people don't understand that what you believe in also can project onto your physical appearance. Obviously y'all know, because niggas make the blue hair liberal joke all the fucking time, right? So y'all know. But TJ just looks like a Trumpy to me. TJ drew controversy over social media activity that aligned him with far-right political figures. He has not publicly declared himself as a supporter of the MAGA movement, but his actions led many users and former castmates to label him as such. Oh shit. The nigga follows Andrew Tate. He also follows a lot of far-right accounts. Oh, see y'all, I'm never wrong. See, this is why it's my world and you all are just living in it. I be knowing things. Anyway, in their conversation, Pepe and Iris basically talked about that they're exclusive, but they really had to have conversations about the different levels of exclusivity, which I feel like was really important conversation, because I feel like that's a perfect example of why relationships nowadays are so hard, which is why this whole shit was just situationship island. Because some people think that being exclusive is just okay, we're only courting each other, we're only talking to each other, we're only with each other, but we're not boyfriend and girlfriend, whereas some people think exclusivity is being boyfriend and girlfriend. Oh, hey, microphone, we're back. So they move on to Chris and Huda. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is the one I was actually waiting for, because I felt like it was so crazy, especially y'all saw how crazy Huda was talking about Chris outside of the villa, right? Like, she was just talking her shit about Chris. I didn't know how they were going to go, but seeing how this scene opened up with them just on the opposite sides of each other, it just fucking killed me. So when asked about how they felt about seeing each other, Huda said fine, which I felt like she was lying, to which Chris said weird.
How is it seeing each other?
Fine. I mean...
Weird.
I'm fine.
Very weird on my end.
Very weird.
Yeah, just weird.
Because he's right. Like, this shit is weird. It looks weird. It feels weird. It feels like you're like almost seeing something that you shouldn't see. It's so awkward. Like, throughout their entire segment, like, Huda has this demeanor. Like, she has this facade. Like, she's just like so like above all of the drama, and like she's like just a completely different person.
I've done so much self-reflection and so much work that I can look back on these moments and laugh.
Even though the shit happened a month ago and some change, but like she's just so much better, and like she's just so much more healed now, which I feel like I said before, is a facade. And it just lines up with what I said in my last video about Huda, about how she uses her image to control and like detach from situations. Like, she's just so different, how she uses these different masks. Anyway, just watch that video. It's a very peculiar response I got from that, because I just want to say something right now, because I'm gonna talk about this when I talk about Ace in like a little bit. But a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, y'all are just hating on Huda, y'all are hating on Huda. Why aren't you not making a video about this person, this person, this person? I'll tell you a reason why I made a video about Huda and why I didn't make a video about Ace or about Nick or about anybody else in the villa. I made the video about Huda due to the fact that Huda, I feel like in some ways, is a very charming person. She's gorgeous. Most people who I've talked about who've seen Love Island perceive Huda to be a 10. But then, as the show kept on going on, seeing her emotional reactions and her emotional just outbursts, and sometimes how manipulative she could have been, kind of changed their perception about her, or kind of gave them some kind of conflicting feelings of like, oh, like, yeah, like she's kind of manipulative and she lies, but she's really pretty. Like, she's been hurt before. Oh yeah, like her emotional outbursts can be considered abusive, but you have to think about how she grew up and da-da-da-da-da. And it creates this kind of tug of war with your emotions or whatever. I have dated someone like that personally. Seeing Huda on screen and almost kind of re-triggered that feeling of being like, yo, why do I love to hate this person? Or why do I hate to love this person? See, it was literally both for me. I'm gonna tell y'all why I didn't make a video about Ace. We get to him in a second. But that video wasn't to shit on Huda. I got a lot of people also telling me that I was anti-Palestinian and I am just hating on her because she's a girl and this isn't the third. Let me just say something right here, right now. You can dislike somebody while not being racist. I didn't say shit about her being Palestinian or anything in response to her that was negative, that was about her race. So we're gonna stop that right there. That's not even true. Since she has won, the only things that I've been able to find about her using her platform to consistently talk about and speak about Palestine is she did a repost on, I think it was TikTok, basically proving that Andy Cohen was like a Zionist or he was like anti-Palestinian or whatever. I think to like share this narrative that the reason why Andy Cohen was so mean to her or asking her 50,000 questions was because he was anti-Palestinian. And then I also have seen a post that she has made basically speaking out about against Palestine. I've seen many retweets, I've seen all that stuff, but I've also seen equally as many posts, photos, and brand deals of her working with companies and things and using products of people who are Zionists. So don't sit here and because I criticize that girl's mental health and say you shouldn't fall for someone like that, or maybe you should look within yourself. Do not take that as, oh, she's anti-Palestinian, girl. No, bitch. Look at the people that you're looking up to and that you're going so hard for, because I guarantee you they would not do the same for you. Amen. Amen. But let me continue, y'all. I'm sorry. I just completely So Chris talked about how he didn't respect how she talked about him after the show, which was completely accurate.
Girl, it was like halfway. It wasn't even all the, like, we did not, like, that's the other thing. You're like, it was like this. Like, it wasn't even the full shebang. Like, I'm just like, you're over here like, yeah, we had sex and we did this and I fucked this girl. She's so fine. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Like, you barely put that shit in. Don't even. And it's not because I couldn't take it. That's for fucking sure. Like, bitch, shut up.
Amen. And he shut down the possibility of a friendship between the two after the apology came too late. She claimed she saw the hate that he was getting on the timeline, and I want y'all to put a pin in this. She claims he was getting a lot of hate on the timeline, that she saw how much hate he was getting on the timeline, right? Y'all heard that, right? Okay, cool. It made her want to reach out and apologize to him. Mind you, she contributed to it. She contributed to all the hate that he was getting online, friends. She was minimizing her actions continuously, deflecting, but she took accountability, but she was constantly doing this thing where she was like, oh yeah, I've moved on from all of it. Like, I've just become like, I'm so above it. Like, I've moved past all this. Like, she has that perception and that response to almost every time someone talks about something that she does or she did, right? Cool. She also very clearly did not want to speak in her relationship with Too Hot to Handle star Louis, which thank you to everyone who corrected me. Even though I did put it in the video, I didn't say it. My bad, y'all. Learner's mistake. But she blamed it on Netflix, which I just felt like was a pussy ass move, because then she then posted and was like, oh, excuse me for not wanting to talk or exploit my relationship for a stupid TV show or whatever.
Hoda, you left the villa single, but we've seen you out and about. What's your dating situation been like?
I can't speak about my relationships outside the villa.
Okay. And why is that?
Legal reasons.
Legal reasons?
I'm not allowed to speak. It's Netflix. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Netflix won't let
Netflix
you say
said
whether you're
Not
dating
supposed
somebody?
Not supposed to talk about it, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
You were like on a red carpet, I think, with someone. Was that someone that you're seeing?
I'm not allowed to speak on it. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Tell Netflix this was the #1 streaming show of the
I
summer.
apologize.
Okay.
I really am sorry.
All right.
But if that was the case, girl, why didn't you just say, I don't want to talk about my relationship? And if they were like, why don't you want to talk about your relationship? You could be like, because I don't want to talk about my relationship. We're on the Love Island reunion. Y'all are okay. Y'all can find out about my man when I want to post him. Actually, I would even been mad at her if she said that, because I completely understand where she's coming from when she's talking about not wanting to talk about her relationship, because it's her business. She grown. Y'all not gonna tell me. I ain't gotta tell y'all shit. I ain't gotta tell y'all a damn thing. However, I would respect her more if she did that during the reunion, rather than after the reunion happens, then run and post a story on TikTok and then have your boyfriend post a story on TikTok too. That was just pussy to me. 2 thumbs down. Which I thought was hilarious, because they didn't ask Chris who he was dating. They didn't ask Chris shit. Chris was just there. And also, I also want y'all to put a pin in this for the second time, how quick she was to address all of this shit on social media, mind y'all. Okay, cool. Now we're on to Nick Olandria, which I don't care what nobody says. I am not like a Nick Olandria stan. However, not only is Nick Olandria one of my favorites, hate to say it, hope I sound ridiculous, I fucking love Olandria. I think she's hilarious. I also think she's a baddie. But also, to hear her consistently talk about, especially during her segment, she talked about how he takes her and he does everything that she's ever wanted to do for her. Like, everything that she's ever wanted to do, he does for her and with her, right? So, whether or not people think that the relationship is real, whether they think it's fake, whether they don't think that he really likes her, whatever, she feels loved. She's going and doing all this shit that she wants to do. Even if it don't work out, she walk away from something. Amen? Okay, so I also feel like the way that Nick Olandria has been everywhere, you would have thought that they were the winners of Love Island. I'm talking campaign, brand deal this, brand deal that. They are everywhere, guys. Revealed that they don't really have a title, which some people were feeling kind of irritated on the timeline about. And also, as y'all know, Ace went on that, I believe, that interview with like Speedy, and he said, and Ace alluded to it not being a real relationship, or them not really having a romantic or emotional relationship or anything like that, which I'm gonna add some nuance to this. Let's just say, none of the shit that Nick or Olandria are doing is real, okay? Let's just say, for instance, they only just have a physical connection, which is something that has been made very clear since day one, that they are both physically attracted to each other. I believe it's Olandria who mentioned something about like dating outside of the villa. You know, it's different from dating in the villa. I feel like that's how most relationships are started. They're started on physical attraction, and then it moves on to like other things, you know? So maybe we could just be dating and doing their thing. Like, I feel like this happens for a lot of people. If a lot of people could like be with someone and they get all these brand deals, all this publicity for whatever, I feel like a lot of people would date like that. That's just me though. But I'm sorry, y'all. Let me stay focused. But yeah, Olandria talks about how Nick has taken her everywhere that she's ever wanted to go. He does everything for her, like they're there. Honestly, Nick Olandria, no notes. I love them. If it's fake, who gives a fuck? They look good. They look the fuck good, and they're getting money. If it's real, and y'all saying, oh, all this is fake, now y'all look like dickheads. So then they go on to Clark and Taylor, and Taylor's 3 locks. They basically just go on to talk about how the niggas are still together. Clark and Taylor also were another couple who just kind of faded to the background to me. I didn't really care for. Nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. They were just there. And then now on to Ace and Shelly. Personally, like I told y'all before, don't care for Ace. But they were cute. Based on what they said that they're exclusive. They really like each other. I think Ace said something about Shelly being his first girlfriend and his last, which is cute. Shelly, if you like it, I love it. Do you, girl? Ace, and let me just get into Ace for a second, because a lot of y'all were like, oh, you did all this about Huda, why'd you do this about Ace? Fuck Ace. If I'm being completely honest with y'all, I made my video about Huda because I wanted to humanize Huda. Fuck Ace. Ace just reminds me of like the most evil body that you could ever sleep with. And if you're a girl, you know what I'm talking about. He is the man that will ruin your life. He's the man that will make you end up on witch TikTok talking about cord cutting spells, talking about that nigga's your twin flame. I don't like Dirk Neck. I don't know what y'all want me to say. Y'all want to make a video in extreme detail about why I don't like Ace, when in my video I made about Huda, I was providing nuance. I was trying to humanize her, trying to, get people, talking about Huda, but whatever. Ace, Fuck Dirt Neck. I don't like him. What else y'all want me to say? You want me to tell y'all why I don't like him? Find out on next week of Dragon Ball Z, nigga. When I upload this next video. Y'all gonna be okay. Alright, it's the next day. We're back, guys. I could not film this entire video in one day. I'm tired of the taste of talking. It's irritating me. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, so then of course, Alandria addresses the Alandria was chasing Taylor allegations and which I felt was perfectly acceptable, especially because niggas made it seem like Alandria was just chasing after this nigga Taylor, which from what I remember Taylor telling the boys and other people one thing and then telling Alandria another thing. But I'm happy she nipped that shit in the bud because period, Alandria. Oh, y'all know how like they had some of the other like cast like in the back? Why Charlie was talking and I said, who the fuck is this English nigga? I forgot about him. I forgot about the other English nigga. I forgot about so many people. I was like, oh my god, you was there. Psych, bitch, I forgot him. I don't even know who you are. I just be lying. Coco came out on stage, and those of you who don't know how I feel about Coco and how most people feel about Coco. Coco is a baddie. She is fine. But then she opens up her mouth and it's like, that's a beautiful house. Ain't got no lights on in it. She was talking about how she felt as though Alandria was very standoffish, yapping out the mouth.
The Casa girls, it was good. But I think like in the beginning, Alandria was a little standoffish, especially when Alandria kind of made her return. I could tell she was like upset that her girls were not there. Like she was not feeling that shit, which is understandable. Austin and Andrea came out on stage. One thing that I remember from their segment is I don't know who the fuck Austin's dealer is. Austin needs his ass beat, okay? At first, y'all, I thought he was doing the fentanyl lean, but maybe he just stuck, man. Maybe he was hitting that indica a bit too hard because he was just...
Austin can take that one.
We left the villa as a couple. We were,
An error message.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know exactly what transpired.
Austin, you're super close with Jeremiah. What do you make of all this?
I'm so sorry. I was just zoned out for like 5
Welcome
minutes.
Welcome
back. Am I missing something?
Like, he literally just empty brain up here. Nigga was high as hell the entire reunion. And if I'm being honest with you, from what I wrote down in my notes, it sounds like he lied about something, but I don't know what he lied about because I didn't add any context. So next person. Huda also around this time, because I also noted this in my notes, she like almost was disassociating while being held accountable. So it was like every time someone was giving her criticism, she was like nodding her head. It was really like crazy because she was nodding her head after every word that they were saying, so it didn't make me feel like she was really acknowledging it. She was just trying to make it look like she was acknowledging something. But she, like I said before, her favorite thing to say was like, I've grown from it, like I've moved on from it, you know, And Andy Cohen definitely clocked it. He was like, you've moved on in like a month.
I've done so much self-reflection and so much work that I can look back on these moments and laugh. So it's like, obviously now I would handle things so differently. And all I can say is I was unapologetically myself in all of those moments. I didn't hide who I was one bit. And
So you did a month of self-reflection and you're a different person now?
Obviously, there's steps to being a better person. I think that, you know, emotions are really heightened in the villa. And is there like things that I did in the villa that I'm not proud of? Yeah. Like, what do you mean?
But she was just really weird about that. Another thing that Huda does that's really weird, if I'm being honest with you, I think Shelly was the one who talked about it. Huda does this thing where she does something or she wants to do something and then she frames it as if she's doing something for another person. Perfect example, Huda being with Chris. Huda was like, oh yeah, girly, I'm gonna bring Chris back to the villa so that we both can explore things with him. Like, I'm so happy for you, girly.
Okay. So, remember I told you before, like, I was like interested in talking to Chris?
Yeah.
So I pulled him for one chat.
Yeah.
He expressed that how when he first came in here, he was interested in talking to me, but you were his main focus, right?
Yeah.
So he has semi-interest in me too, right? And obviously, if he's interested in talking to me, I'm interested in talking to him too. That's the whole point of Casa Amor.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't found anybody in here. And obviously, I still want to talk to Chris and get to know him because he's telling me he has interest, right? But on the other side of it, you wanted more time with him, right? So I had the great idea of us choosing each other today. That way, you can have more time, and so can I. And so can he.
Okay.
How do you feel about it?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of mixed emotions about it.
I know. And you know what?
But it does sound like a great idea.
I knew your ass was gonna be like, Huda, don't do it, and I'm not gonna listen. So
Yeah.
I want
No,
you
it's
to.
not even in a Huda don't do it. It's just like,
I'm interested in getting to know him too, and I feel like if it's worth not only him getting to know me, but getting to know you as well, why not?
yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I don't understand what's gonna happen tonight. Like, even though, like, yes, like Ace is definitely like my number one. It doesn't sound like a bad idea, but I'm just like, okay, like, all right.
You're like, Huda, okay, I'm actually riding with this one.
No, it's a like, huh? But
I know, it's a kind of crazy idea, right?
Yeah.
If Chris is expressing interest in me, by all means, I would love to explore that as well.
Yeah.
But then again, he's also interested in you.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, why not?
Yeah. No, I trust me. I understand it.
Yeah.
I understand it. But okay.
I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yes.
Like, truly, when talking about it, like,
That could work.
this would be a good idea,
Okay.
right?
No, it could work. It
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This
Just
is
wrap my
all
head
with good
around
intention.
everything. Yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
I'm crying.
And us.
I'm crying. Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
She does things as if she's doing them for someone else, and it's like, girl, no, you're not. You're not, though. You're not. And then, like, Huda picks and chooses what she wants to remember and what she doesn't want to remember. Like, when people are holding her accountable, she's like, oh, like, maybe I just don't remember or whatever. Like, I've moved on from it. Like, I know I've said that so many times throughout this video, but that's how many times she said it throughout the reunion. And also, I'm proud of Shelly for calling out Huda's flip-floppiness. Let me just say this right now. It's no issue. Like, I don't hate Huda as a person. I really feel like she's just a very sad person. I feel like a lot of people, they use her childhood trauma and what she's been through to excuse her actions. That's not okay. Huda literally was just a tornado throughout that entire villa, okay? And Shelly and Orlandria got the mean girl title, having brands talk about what they would want to feed Shelly and Orlandria, people talking about wanting to fight Shelly and Orlandria for making Huda cry. Shelly and Orlandria being met with so many racist remarks. Orlandria having her face edited onto George Floyd's body. But because these people call out the fucked up shit that Huda does, they have gotten the mean girl edit. So it's very ironic to me, especially when Huda picks and chooses what she can remember. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, fuck Jeremiah. I don't like Jeremiah, but Jeremiah ate Huda up. I thought Jeremiah watched my video for a second. I was like, Jeremiah, did you watch my video? Because he said exactly what I said in my last video, word for word, bar for bar. But maybe it's just a general consensus that most people have when they watched their segment, that it wasn't Jeremiah who love bombed her. It was her love bombing, Jeremiah. They were both just, loving each other hard. The way that she handled certain things were really immaturely. Things of that nature.
Do you feel like I love bomb you by definition of love bombing?
To some capacity, yes, I do.
Okay. But like the definition of love bombing has to involve intent and manipulation?
People don't have to do it intentionally. You can love bomb unintentionally.
Okay, so if you saying I love you twice in 3 days and then me saying, yo, sometimes I do too much, I'm gonna be overbearing, let me know if I'm tripping, and you say, no, you're doing fine. How am I love bombing you if I'm coming to you and asking you, yo, I think I'm doing too much, am I? And you say no. And then also at the same time, I'm not doing enough. So with those 3 facts alone, in my eyes, I can't be love bombing you, because those all contradict what love bombing is, from my point of view.
Well, yeah, I felt all the emotions. Like when you would tell me things, like I've truly felt those emotions.
They were real.
Yeah,
For sure.
I felt those emotions.
I didn't love bomb you. I just wanted to like explain why to everyone else that said I was love bombing. Does that make sense to you, Ace?
Ace need to shut the fuck up because Jeremiah ain't love bomb shit. I mean, maybe he was just, I don't know. I just feel like Jeremiah is one of those niggas who was like a nerdy kid growing up and then they got fine all of a sudden and then like they didn't really know how to deal with all their fineness, and so it causes them to act like a loser in relationships. That's how I feel about Jeremiah. Argue with your mama, not with me, ho. And also, Jeremiah pissed me off because someone was like, can you please say free Palestine? And Jeremiah was like, oh, I'm not into politics. It's not fucking political to literally stand up against a genocide. I feel like everything that we do is political. Art is political. Even some of the music that we listen to is political. How we express ourselves is political. Not saying free Palestine because you're not into politics. You're a fucking dumbass. You can kiss my ass. You make me sick. I don't even know what I said in my last video about Jeremiah, but I lied. Jeremiah musty and a fucking dirt neck too. They were talking also about like how there were jokes about how Jeremiah mentioned followers and winning the money and whatever the fuck. I didn't really fucking care. He didn't win anyway. Him and Hannah would have went home regardless because they had the lowest votes. I don't care. Jeremiah, you're chopped. Next. I really wish that Ace took more accountability for how he really did shift the men's opinions in there, but he takes no accountability for that. But I get it. Grown men are grown. They can do what they want to. But yes, Ace, you were the Alvin in Ace and his little chipmunks. Like, don't fucking piss me off. And so then this is the part that I really want to talk about, is when they were showing Huda back all of her moments on TV, and she just started laughing.
You should thank your boy Taylor. He helped me with like my breakfast today.
Okay, what's your point in saying that?
I'm just saying.
Okay, cool, for sure. What the fuck?
You may not agree with the pancake thing, whatever.
Okay, the
And
thing
I
is,
get
it's
it.
not even something for me to agree on, because why would I think someone's making you pancakes when I already made you a pancake? And the fact we're still talking about this is kind of nuts.
And I'm sitting here looking at everybody else like, okay, so what the fuck are we laughing at? What the fuck is so funny? I know I have said this so many times throughout the video, but she talks about how much she's grown and how much of a different person she is now. And Andy Cohen is like, you've grown so much in a month. She's like, yeah. And throughout all those clips, she was unapologetically herself and which made me think to myself, so you are unapologetically fucking unhinged, even verbally abusive? When she was talking about being bullied on podcasts and shit, she said she was referring to a video that she saw of Sierra, and I think it was Shelly Taylor and them, where Huda was like acting funny or whatever, and they were talking about like, they were low-key were like holding her accountable for her unhinged behavior, or really was just discussing her unhinged behavior like in the villa, which I was like, bitch, that's not bullying. They was talking about you, and then they were like, oh shit, she thinks that we're looking at her and we're not, and then they started laughing.
When she charged at Iris yesterday, like, I was actually fucking scared.
From the moment Iris got in here, she already tried to set a tone of like who Iris could talk to and who she can't. So if you even feel like you have to stand your ground where every person that comes in here in the name of your person, that should be a red flag.
Yeah.
Why is she looking over here?
Oh, I think she thinks we're staring at her.
Who are that?
That's not bullying. You just don't like it when people hold you accountable for your actions. Y'all are not going to convince me of anything other than that. And then Alandria, we take a deep dive into the whole situation between Alandria and Shelly and Huda. And as we know, outside of the villa, like the islanders, like I think they were like in an Airbnb for like a little bit. They were all like cool. They were bookied up and like whatever. But at no point did Huda make a statement telling her friends to stop being racist when it came to Shelly and Alandra. Mind you, this is the same Huda saw all that backlash that Chris was getting. This is the same Huda that was quick to make a statement on TikTok stories when people were when she didn't want to share her relationship, but she said she couldn't make a post telling her fans to stop being racist against Shelly and Alandra because she had too much going on. Also, she was like, I was also experiencing racism too, which I do not doubt that at all. All the people who are racist against Huda are fucking stupid. I'm convinced that you all are in high school, because you can criticize someone, you can criticize someone's behavior without being anti-Palestinian, without being a fucking idiot, without being bigoted. You can describe her behavior and call her behavior out for what it is, which is manipulative, but you will not sit here and be fucking racist. That's stupid. However, much like Huda not being able to take accountability for shit that she does, she often deflected and had like a defense mechanism, a defense statement for everything. Like anytime someone said something to her, she was being defensive. I don't care. Consistently making excuses. She's very flippant about literally everything that she did. I feel like a lot of Huda's fans, if y'all aren't children, y'all aren't very bright, because I had someone be like, oh, hood rat is a derogatory term towards Arab people and you're racist and da-da-da-da. First of all, hood rat has been a term that has been used to describe black women and derogatory black women who grow up in low income households. So I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna tell you to shut the fuck up right there. I'm not going back and forth with you. And then we actually got to see the full clip of the heart rate challenge, which y'all, Huda was wrong as fuck. This is what y'all was calling Shelly a bean girl for?
You've been a dirty boy.
I show hands.
What is happening? Oh shit! Oh my god!
Oh, this is like soft pod.
That's some crazy shit.
Soft.
What the hell? What's the shotty? What's the shotty?
Yeah.
Shotty, close your eyes. It's a challenge. Just help you. This ain't no challenge.
She was wrong as fuck. That was, I was cringing. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And also, not even just that, Ace was also to blame. I'm looking at Shelly like, this is who you want? You want a youth pastor, girl? If you don't fucking uppercut Ace 37 times in the ball sack, bro. Because I know we talk a lot about Huda, but Huda was supposed to be Shelly's friend, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. Let's hold these niggas accountable. Ace, you're a fucking weirdo, and you're also ooga booga scary. I hate all of y'all. Good night. Next case. And like also too, I was saying this before, if Shelly had did that to Huda while Huda and Jeremiah were together, Huda would have had a baby with no daddy. Like, she literally would have fucking exploded. And no one else could convince me of anything else. Besides all of that, the rest of the reunion was very boring to me, if I'm being honest with y'all. Like, it was not tea. Definitely was giving Dasani water. It was cool. Y'all won't hear me talk about these people ever again after this. Maybe I'll talk about the next season of Love Island. But actually, I'm really trying to start talking more about some more deep dives. Go into more things that I'm actually very, very, very passionate about. Anyway, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, you should like my video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post new videos whenever the universe tells me to, guys. RIP to Malik Taylor. I really love Malik Taylor. YouTube has not felt the same without him. Neither has my timeline felt the same without him. I know a lot of people, they did not like Malik Taylor because he was a barb or whatever the fuck he said about Megan Thee Stallion. As a hottie myself, I just want to say, I feel like even if people say things that we disagree with, I feel like we should also be able to find some kind of common ground with people. And even with all that being said, that doesn't mean that people deserve to die. I'm sorry, say what you want to say. I don't believe that what he said regarding his own opinion was worth the pain that his family is feeling, his frat brothers are feeling, his fans are feeling. Y'all are smoking dick if you think that's okay. Anyway, guys, this is on a sad note, but I love you guys. Bye.
Rolls Royce pull up, black boy hop out. Shout out to my mother and my father, they will pull out. MSG sell out, fuck these niggas yap out. Whips on whips, my ancestors got me backside. 24500 stacks for the hood. Call me Mama Jack, cause I wish a nigga would. Whereas you and like I, this the wish a nigga could. Face they ain't getting people like they should.